name is Isabelle Fuller, and this is my first piece of evidence within my teaching portfolio. So what is the evidence? The evidence that I will be discussing consists of a termly planning overview. This is created each term to outline what students will be learning within the program. A key component of this planning document consists of alignment to the RTS, which stands for Respect the Spectrum. In terms of the environment, this planning document was designed at a prep to Year 6 independent school for individuals with autism spectrum disorder. Therefore, it was imperative that I adopted a student-centred approach in order to provide them with the opportunities to reach their full potential. I strongly believe this is achieved through the incorporation of the RTS. This involves teaching a range of skills across the areas that are typical characteristics of ASD, being communication skills, social interactions, adaptive behaviours, sensory processing and information processing skills. In terms of the Australian Professional Standards for Teachers, this clearly links to Standard 1, Know Students and How They Learn. Furthermore, it addresses Standard 1.2, Understand How Students Learn, Standard 1.5, Differentiate Teaching to meet the specific needs of students across a full range of abilities, and Standard 1.6, Strategies to Support Full Participation of Students with Disability. The termly planning overview also aligns with the Australian Curriculum Assessment Reporting Authority, also known as ACARA. It is significantly important that educators know the content and how to teach it, which is Standard 2. Within this piece of evidence, I have incorporated the 8 ACARA learning areas and integrated a range of general capabilities with a coherent and well-sequenced learning and teaching program. This effectively links to Standard 2.1, Content and Teaching Strategies of the Teaching Area, Standard 2.2, Content Selection and Organisation, as well as Standard 2.3, Curriculum Assessment and Reporting. In terms of data collection, I regularly refer back to ACARA, including the learning continuums and scope and sequences within each subject to plan, structure and sequence learning programs, which highlight Standard 3.2. Furthermore, it supports Standard 5, Assess, Provide Feedback and Report on Student Learning. In terms of content selection, the termly planning overview consists of the following: literacy, numeracy, STEAM, cooking, morning session, the arts, wellbeing, therapy sessions, zones of regulation, connections, superpowers, the reward ladder, chill out time and the sensory room. Next, I'm going to provide a few snapshots of the program, unpack how my pedagogical practice meets the needs of each learner, and I will relate this back to the Australian Professional Standards for Teachers. This termly planning overview was created for Term 4. Therefore, in regards to content, we were consolidating a lot of literacy knowledge and skills that had been developed throughout the year. If you were to look around my classroom during a literacy learning experience, you would see individual learning schedules to help the young people transition across a range of activities. At the fire station, one small group would be participating in an educational phonics game on the EduTouch. At the water station, another group would be participating in some teacher time to develop their comprehension abilities. At the earth station, another group complete differentiated tasks using a structured teaching method: first, next, then. These learners work from left to right and follow their own visual schedule to complete assigned activities. At the station, a group of learners practice letter formation using Play-Doh. One young person accesses the sensory room as they identify they need to take a break in order to return to the green zone of regulation. At the completion of these activities, the young people enjoy connecting with one another during superpower time, also known as choice time. This is just one example of what literacy may look like in practice. Moving on to numeracy, you can see here I have included some content descriptors from ACARA when discussing the numeracy concepts to be explored in Term 4. Again, consolidating a lot of numeracy concepts that we have built upon throughout the year. Here I've also included some photographs of student learning. The first photo includes a hands-on file fold task, which included matching the 10 frame quantities to the corresponding numeral. The second photo displays a student completing a number of the day activity to practice representing a number in a variety of ways. The third photo displays a number recognition and sequencing tasks using Lego. Finally, the fourth photo shows a student completing an interactive symmetry game on the Edge of Touch, aligning with Standard 2.6 Information and Communication Technology. Next, I want to explore STEAM. These learning activities supported students to develop early skills in observing, questioning, describing changes, and making simple recordings of their discoveries. The students responded well to an inquiry-based learning approach. In terms of my professional practice, STEAM has improved my ability to select and use resources, which is Standard 3.4. Moving on to cooking, this was a fantastic part of the program as it increased independence, put basic academic skills to use in a functional way, and supported students to gain healthy eating habits. It was more than just cooking. It was working as a team, accessing critical and creative thinking to problem solve, developing social skills as the students practice turn taking, as well as improving on a range of literacy and numeracy capabilities. This links to Standard 4, create and maintain supportive and safe learning environments. Furthermore, it supports Standard 4.1, support student participation, Standard 4.2, manage classroom activities, and Standard 4.4, maintain student safety. Within this piece of evidence, I have discussed how a termly planning overview aligns with a range of standards within the Australian Professional Standards for Teachers. Although the standards are interconnected and overlapping, there are two specific standards that are clearly illustrated within the termly planning overview. These consist of Standard 2, know the content and how to teach it, and Standard 3, plan for and implement effective teaching and learning. Thank you for viewing this first piece of evidence within my teaching portfolio.